Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jine and it's Jine Signatures. So, if you want to make this beautiful, stunning kaftan with collar, white neck collar, so this tutorial is really for you. And if this is your first time of stumbling upon my channel, I highly welcome you. And thank you for stopping by. So, without wasting further ado, I'll be going over to cutting of this beautiful kaftan shortly with a white collar. Thank you. So this is the inspiration like you saw on the thumbnail, and this is what I'll be making. So this is the back piece. So now all you need to do is to measure from the middle point of your neck to the where you want the sleeve to get to. So this is just entirely your choice. So whatever you want, you go ahead and do that. So I already have that on my table. I have on fold 24 inches. So I used 3 inches for my neck width, and I came down by 1.5 inches for my shoulder slope. So that is what you see me connecting like so. And then for my round sleeve, I'll be using 12 inches. I'll come down by 12 inches. So right now, I'll be dividing the biggest part of the body measurement by 4, which is the hip measurement. And then I'll add about 6 or 7 inches, depending on how wide you want yours to be. So whatever I have there, I'll take it all the way down to the length of the kaftan like so, before I'll connect it with my line. So I'm making use of the whole length of the crepe, which is 60 inches. So that's what it's going to be, a flowing kaftan. So you just need it to at least sweep the floor a little, if you understand what I mean. So I'm just going to connect it all the way like so, and then give a little curve at that part so that it will sit well when you wait. So for now, we're basically through. So okay, for the neck depth for the back, I'll just make use of 1 inch, and then I'm going to be connecting it like so. So I made use of 3 yards of fabric for this, and then of course that Ankara fabric was just pieces from leftover fabric that I had. So on the shoulder, just make sure you leave about half an inch for joining it on the sleeve, on the shoulder, beg your pardon. So just cut it out like that, and then you come out and then you cut out the sides like so. So just go ahead and cut it out. Take your time. So having done that, this is what we have. So I just wanted that to be straight here. So this is what we have. So now I'll just fold another piece and then to cut the front piece. So for the front piece, I've already folded into 2. And for the front piece, just ensure that you have a demarcation at the folded parts at about, you can have about between 5 to 6 inches. Like for mine, I left about 5 inches. So I placed my back piece on that line that I demarcated it with, and then I came down by 14 inches for my breaking point. That is where the collar is going to be folding. And then I went ahead to trace out the neckline for my back on the front. First, just go ahead and trace it out like that, so that I'll be able to remove this back piece. So let me cut the side, and then so that I'll remove this back piece, so that we'll be able to see what I'm going to be doing properly. So let me just go ahead and cut out the sides so that it will be the same thing as the front piece. So just go ahead and cut this out by tracing it out. Then you go to the shoulder and then you slant it down like so. So now I can remove the back piece and then concentrate on the front so that you see what I'm doing properly. So I'll set it aside like so. So I haven't gotten the breaking point. I just remember that you need to add your button allowance. So I'm making use of 1.5 inches, and then I'll connect that all the way down. You can make use of 1 inch, or you can make use of 2 inches as you didn't fit, so I just used 1.5 inches all the way down. So now for the neckline is going to be remaining 3 inches, but I will come down by about 3 or 4 inches for my neck depth. So that is what I'm just using my hand to connect like so. And so I will take the measurement of that and get the middle point. So what I had there was about, I think, 7. So the midpoint was 3.5. So I connected it to meet my button over allowance like so. You understand what I mean? And then from that midpoint that I took, I'll be taking the width of my lapel or my collar, and then I'll connect it back to meet the buttonhole like so. I don't know if you understand what I did. Let me rephrase. When I came down by 4 inches for my neckline, I now got the midpoint of that 4 inches and then connected it to my buttonhole. And then from that same 4 inches, I took the width of my lapel or my collar and then connected it to that same point. And now I'm cutting it out. So by the time we finish, this is how it's going to be sitting. So now go ahead to cut it out. Just follow the prompt the way I'm cutting it out. Don't cut out your button overlap allowance. So just go ahead and cut it like so all the way down. You can see that this tutorial is very easy and it's very direct. And for my beautiful subscriber that requested for this video, hope you are seeing it. So now this is what I'll be using for my overlap, for my collar in the front. So for this my collar, instead of adding an ST or any interfacing, I decided to cut it out on fold. So there was no need for me to iron any interfacing to that, because as at this point I didn't have any interfacing and I was doing this tutorial. But if you have an interfacing, you don't need to cut on fold. Just cut a single piece and then iron your ST on it or any this thing you want. So I'm cutting out this. You can see that I traced it out and then I'll connect it to meet where the breaking point. From the breaking point I came down by about 1 or 2 inches. And then I'll connect it like that. But if you have enough fabric, you can still use this fabric to do it all the way down. But I'll be using the crepe fabric to make up for the length, because I'll be turning the button overlap with the fabric. I'm going to be showing you subsequently as we progress. So this is how it's going to be sewn. Don't worry, I'll show you as we progress. So you can see that I cut out 2. I'm going to go ahead and cut out another 2. So I've gone ahead to cut out another 2, and then I joined this crepe to the lower part. As you can see, I opened it up for you to see that it's on fold. I cut it out in 2 pieces. So you're going to be placing it right sides facing each other, and then you turn it from the neckline all around the neckline, and you take it down to the length of the gown like so. You see that I've joined my crepe to the Ankara fabric. So that is what I'll go and do. And then after doing that, this is one side piece for the front. This is the second side for the front. So whatever you did on this other side is what you're going to be repeating on this other side as well. So you just place it like that. Place it very well. And then you're going to be running your stitch along those edges like so. And when you are through, after running the stitches across it, when you flip it over, you're going to be using your hemming gum to gum it to the other side of the fabric so that it will stay in place. And then for the back, I equally used my facing that I've already cut out, and then I'll be using it to turn out the neckline. So you just cut out your facing and then use it to turn it out like so. So I'll go ahead and do all that. So having done that, you can see this is what we have. So I've gone ahead to iron it out. I ironed it out up to the breaking point. And then for the back piece, I'm gonna have to iron it as well and turn it out. So I'm going to be joining this on the shoulder now. So just take your shoulders, and then you're going to be running half inch on both sides of the shoulders respectively. So having done that, this is what we have. You can see that our gown is coming out very beautiful. So now this is what we have. So you just make sure you place this overlap, that space for button, make sure you place it on top of each other, and then you run a close stitch from that point all the way down, because that place is going to be closed up, it's not going to be open. So just go and run the stitch. I'm gonna have to add my Ankara African print on the sleeves. That is quite easy because I already have the tutorials on how to do that. So having done that, this is what I've gone ahead to run the stitch, as you can see. So let me flip it to the other side so that we'll be able to fix our waist belt. So you can see the inside that I've gone ahead to use my hemming gum to gum that, but my hemming gum finished, so I couldn't hem the neckline for the back. I'm going to be doing that off camera when I get a new one. I didn't know that that's finished. So I'll just come down by my from my shoulder, from where you want your belt to be. You can use your underbust measurement, or you come down by 1 inch from your underbust measurement. That most times works for that belt snatching on the waist. And then you divide your waist into two, and then you place half on one side and half on one side, making sure that you already have the middle point of the front. I believe you understand me. So that's how you're going to be placing your belts. So that's basically what I was doing right there. So supposing your waist is 40, you divide by 2, that will give you 20. So instead of marking 20 anyhow, get the midpoint in the front, then you mark 10 on one side and then 10 on this other side. So that will give you 20. So that's just how to fix your waist belt. So you can see the waist belt, I've already sewn it, and then I'll go ahead and attach it off camera. So having attached it, this is how we've come to the end of the tutorial. You can see that I've gone ahead to do my cover buttons with the same fabric that I used for the collar, and that was how we came to the conclusion of this beautiful gown. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. So watch out for my next tutorial. Like I always say, this is Jine Signatures, and I'm signing out. Ciao.